Hey guys, Kenny Wisdom here with round 2 of this PTCGO tournament. I would love to go first. Yveltal laser with a compressor isn't the worst start you can have. Versus Suicune though, it's not too great. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and compress. I think typically Darkness, Archeops, and Maxis are your best bet here. Just kind of, if the Archeops and Maxis aren't relevant, you want them in the discard pile, and if they are, then getting it in a discard is the first step. So, not something I mind terribly doing. Let's go ahead and end, try and find the Verbank. Do not find it. So 3 for 70, right? Weakness to grass and 2 retreat. It's Ultra Ball like this. Find a Shaman. Because, yeah, our Yveltal non-EX is prized. Would love to set up Muscle Band here, because why not? But I'll leave it at that and let our opponent take a damage. Next turn, depending on what our opponent does, I imagine we're going to go ahead and just Versus Seeker for an N and do it again. Can't view my discard pile right now. That's going to be pretty not great, but that's okay. Ooh, Kyogre. We got a Barboach. We got tons of stuff going on. Alright. Pokemon Center lady with Steven. Steven's interesting. I can't view my opponent's discard pile either. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll play hard mode. Steven's interesting, though. Letting you to get a supporter and a basic energy card that just came out in Roaring Skies. Hasn't seen too much play, but I think could after rotation. Not sure. Or maybe it could today, and maybe this deck will win the tournament and crush us. We'll have to see. Opponent taking a little bit to think here. So what would be best here is we can get a Lysander. I can attach this DC. Oh, I am inactive? Must be experiencing a little bit of lag. So we did not hit a Lysander. So let's go ahead and attach this DCE versus Seeker for N. We'll play the lasers, see if we can Miza heads, and we do. Nice. There's an N. Ultra Ball like this, because we have the Versus Seeker, find Darkrai, play Darkrai, Dark Patch to Darkrai. I think my plan for now is to go on the Darkrai aggressive plan, just so we can get around Safeguard a little bit. Not sure how relevant that'll be. Maybe Toad is better there, although we can Dark Patch a Toad, of course. But we'll see. So I think we can attack here and put the DCE on Darkrai so we can attach to it next turn and get a Night Spear off. Really would have liked to find a Verbank. That would have been pretty nice. Whoops. Let's see what our opponent's working with. Zero Sig blowing up the DCE is a pretty big game there, but they just have to pass the turn back. Alright, so let's go ahead and get Colorus this time. Ooh, or do we get our... Actually, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Boom, the combo. No more evolving for you, buddy. And let's play like this to play around 0-sick. Another ship to turn back. Opponent drawing dead there is pretty big for us. Now they can't evolve, so that's pretty big as well. And if things continue at this rate, we should wrap the game up. Oh yeah, I can't view our opponent's card pile. Forgot. Can we view ours yet? Nope. Okay. And now it's interesting because unless something drastically changes, we are at a point where we kind of don't want to draw the stadium now, the Burbank City Gym. Sorry, it's been a long night. Because we actually kind of want to take as long as possible for this Suicune to get knocked out. We would love to just be able to Night Spear onto this Kyogre a bunch. We'll attach like this. Retreat here. Versus Seeker for N. Because we know what our opponent got. And yeah, I'm fine not playing any of these cards. Just going to go ahead and Night Spear. Barboach. We can knock out that Barboach with like a Lysander Night Spear anytime, so I feel like we might as well start adding damage onto the Kyogre and just, if he has Gold Potion or Max Potion or Pokemon Center later or anything, that's fine, but we might as well pressure him to use it. Something that this matchup is showing me with the double Suicune here is that we're going to have to start playing a little bit faster. Our opponent is almost 3 minutes ahead of us on clock, and that can't be good. There's a basic darkness going to get around this special energy hate we have going on here. I'll just go ahead, Night Spear, finish building up that Kyogre. And I think this turn our opponent will get knocked out. Yeah. So, unless they have a healing card, the Suicune's going down into our turn. I assume we'll see another Suicune, which actually can start attacking if our opponent has a water here, so that's going to put a little bit more pressure on us. But that's okay. And like I said, because of the time issue, we are probably going to be playing a little bit faster here. You see we just kind of went through a turn pretty quickly, and while time's not a huge thing, it can be a big deal, so I'd like to at least remain with our opponent. We at least remain at parity with our opponent, although our clock is counting down. That's our opponent's turn here, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Hopefully. Okay, so. Interesting. Now our opponent's clock's counting down, which is nice at least, but not quite sure what's going on. Little PTCGO bugs, I suppose. Okay, so we should be going into my turn now, because our opponent did attach the water to the Suicune, so I imagine that they attach water past. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I wish I could find a Lysander here, but I'm not really in any big hurry, so let's go ahead and Night Spear, build up a little bit more damage. It's possible that I'm going to get punished here for putting all this damage on the Kyogre, but I didn't really have another choice, and the Kyogre is now out of the range to be completely healed at Pokemon Center Lady, so as long as our opponent doesn't play multiples, even if they have one, it's kind of a free roll from this point. Let's attach here, drop this, and then just Juniper. There's the Lysander. That'll be pretty big. We'll drop this here. I can't see my discard pile, otherwise I would see if I can get a laser off this computer search. As it is, I can't remember. I can, okay. That's pretty good. Heads is pretty big there too, so our opponent stays asleep. And Night Spear, putting the damage there. Our opponent does wake up, pretty unfortunate for us, but we do have the Lysander for next turn. Assuming our opponent doesn't heal, we can take the knockout. And I'm just going to go ahead and ship the turn back to us. I don't want to get greedy, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the knockout. There's a Rough Seas, alright. So if our opponent, it's possible here I actually shouldn't have played the side sword. I should have let the bench spot open for that non-EX Yveltal, knowing that it was the only Pokemon that could interact with a Suicune. So that wasn't great. If our opponent doesn't play anything from here and we're out of lasers, we'll actually just deck out. But hopefully our opponent decides to play something, makes a mistake. Or actually, I guess our opponent can actually knock us out as well, although they might not. If they choose to start attacking, that's very good for us. Lysander. Okay, perfect. Couldn't have asked for this to go better for us. So we're going to go ahead, drop this. Dark Patch here. And Dark Patch here. Versus Seeker for N. Retreat paying this here. Attach. And attack for game. Awesome. So we are on to the finals, mostly due to our opponent making a pretty big mistake in attacking there, actually. Not sure it was in their hands, of course. Maybe we would have found a way out of it, but we very well may have decked there. So after getting pretty lucky in both games, we are on to the finals of this tournament. Let's get it done.